Hello! I'm here. Let's go stream. Hi, Ox. I'm curious why you are second. But, hi everybody. How are y'all doing? We're back for some Minecraft. Oh god, gas noise. Immediately. Wall chicken on the floor. Everything's gone wrong. Someone else is the official first. I may not see anyone before me. He's still always first? Ah, I see, I see. But yeah, how are we all doing today? I'm back. We're crafting the mines some more. We're actually really crafting mines today. Think of that. I've been working up here as we kind of get ready to fix this back wall. Very exciting. So we're basically carving out the new wall as we go. Oh, that was an ore pocket. But yeah, we're going about this far into the wall. We're about halfway in, I think, so far. So, making progress. But, how's everybody doing? How's your day been, Ox? Anything cool and fun happening over there? We also have this large body of water that is probably going to cause issues. We'll see. Hopefully we can get around it relatively easily. Fingers crossed. Well, not much interesting. Still just slowly healing. Understandable. Has it been nice to just be home? Wink. Yeah, kinda. That's good at least. Oh, let's get some more torches. I'm gonna run out of torches in a second here. Boink. Ow. Don't have to think about anyone else in my space, which is nice. I'm glad. My brain was like, have you gotten any pizza to celebrate your return to Canada? But yeah, so process here is really just carve some more wall out and see what we think about it. Then make some changes. Adjust as necessary. Oh, I've actually never tried pizza. It's pretty funny. Are you going to try pizza? Or are you saving pizza for, like, the memes when I go visit Canada? May never, to be honest. Rip pizza. Like that torch. Alright, so every time we kind of take it down a little, we also try to take it in a little. Just to see. How things look. Ooh, and we just keep going slowly across this wall. Okay. I tried the thing I call churro fries, like I told you about that one time, but I have never tried their pizza, and it just doesn't seem good. Ripperoni. Not the bad pizza. I think it's kind of hard to make truly bad pizza. It's doable. But, like, not the easiest thing I've ever seen. Oh, whoops. Nope, we did need that bit. Trouble with the tiered step bits is figuring out where the tiered step bit needs to be removed. Lol, you know I've done it twice. Weiss. Okay, no, I think I can think of the second time. The first time, the first time I'm the less confident on about. The second time was the whole wheat pizza, if I'm thinking of the correct two. And my first guess would be the time we had to throw the pizza out because of the relatively expired pepperonis. So one botched whole wheat attempt, one to pretty expired ingredient. But like, now that was a ripperoni pizza, yeah. Pretty cursed, pretty cursed. All right. Now it gets a little wonky here. We actually have to think about what we're doing. Thinking I know who does that, but alas. Put a torch down here. And we're going to have to chew through a bit of this granite chunk in a second. But yeah. The whole wheat really was the whole wheat was the weird one in my opinion there, because like the other one, it's just like, yeah, okay, that's a pretty easy mistake to make. It's just like, oh, I tried to use this ingredient that I had and I hoped it was still good, and it wasn't. The whole wheat is where it got wonky, because that one is just like, oh, whole wheat dough definitely requires some very different things going on. In its most notable thing in the attempt to make the whole wheat pizza was that it doesn't stretch in the same way. Gluten development's probably different in it. It just came out, I don't know if we made a good one to begin with, because I don't know how to judge what a gluten, like, development, how it should roll out when it's a regular whole wheat pizza. I don't know if it should be different to begin with, but that one was definitely not stretchy enough. Tore a bunch. Ox tried to salvage it, ended up with this goofy looking half moon pizza. And then only after all this effort realized that, like, I believe you left the salt out of the recipe and it was just bland. It was dense and bland. So it was like, you should have seen her, gang. She did like all this heroic effort to save this thing only to realize, whoops, it tastes like nothing. Hold on 1 second. So that was probably the funniest bit of that story, is that there was like a very obvious problem happening, distracting us from a subtle problem with this pizza. It tasted pretty much like a lump. And it was pretty funny. If I recall, Ox, that was when I had just had my surgery, right? Yeah. I had just had surgery. Yeah, Lamau, I forgot about that part, which I suppose means I forgot about that part twice. Yeah. I really appreciated it, but it was definitely just incredibly funny. How deep into the wall did this go? Okay, so this is actually past the point we need to be. Interesting. Yeah, let's see this one down here. Whee! I'm not sure I've made any what I would call bad pizzas on my attempts. I have made ugly pizzas, however. Because I don't think I've taken any wild swings like you have, Ox, and so I don't think I've ended up with anything that's like what one might say tastes bad. They've all tasted fine because I've not done anything particularly risky, but also, like, I've truly made some ugly pizzas. This is a weird pocket of granite. What's happening here? But yeah. I hate it here. Let's go into this wall. This is like a pocket of granite that generated with a pocket of andesite directly in the center of it. Which I suppose must happen, right? But, like, that's a weird one. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep. Oh, God. I hope this doesn't go deep. I hate it here. And strike me as unusual. Okay. There's a sale on these today. Ooh, what are these? Very excited. Boink, 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 boink. Push this hole back up because I suspect we are again. Wait. No, we're not actually quite past the place we need to be, so we can kind of leave that. But we do need to repair this section, actually. Now that I look at it. Is there a link coming, Ox, or you post something in the Discord? Or are you still working on it? All right.
Now that is some love.
Oh, well, thank you, Ox. I now follow. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I appreciate it. Ah. Yay, yippee! We got a hype train for that, which is fun. Yeah, you're not wrong. I now follow. You've been following me for years. But yeah, congratulations to people who got gift subs there. That. Hilarious, hilarious. We can, call out Cat Dad next time. Yeah, that's pretty, like, suspicious timing with that. Very funny. Alright, let's go knock out the top section. Yeah, wow, trying to ride the hype train with your... Crazy what the bots will do. I mean, it's not that crazy what the bots will do, because... Bots! Yippee! And thank you, Ox. I really appreciate it. All of our very exciting... stream revenue has largely just gone into stuff for stream. So, very exciting. We got some emotes. Soon, TM, we will probably have some more emotes. That'll be fun. Beep, 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 beep. Got the gas noises. I really want to pick that block up, but can I get in there? There we go. Got it. So really, Artemis is the one profiting off this venture. And yep, there is our artist. But yeah, Socks, it is kind of funny. Hold on, I gotta turn on my fan, because it is hot down here. How is the weather up in Canada? Is it nice and cool? Or is it also hot? Is it just hot everywhere right now? I've heard the Europeans are, like, dying. Alright, we're gonna level this really quick here. Wednesday has a high of 35. Okay. To my knowledge, that's pretty hot. I'm not good with my precise conversions, but I want to say 35 is in the 90s? I don't actually know the conversion ratio off the top of my head. All right. Okay. We gotta fix the top there, because that looks wrong. Do you actually know the conversion ratio off the top of your head, Ox? Or... because it A, would not surprise me if you had just learned it to learn it. Let's put it back in a little bit here. I don't know that we're going to keep this area shaped the way it is right now, but don't want to quite tear it out yet completely either. So we're going to keep pretending like we're shaping it so that it's going to stay. I don't really know what we're doing right here. I think... because I don't know how we're going to now round this corner. The new gates... Did you ask me something? I was tabbed out for a second. Oh, I just asked you if you knew the conversion ratio for Celsius to Fahrenheit by memory. Because it would not have surprised me if that was a thing you decided to learn in preparation for moving to Canada, but also... it's like, I know I don't know it. Oh yeah, it's F equals 905C plus 32. Interesting. Okay. Well, not in preparation for moving to Canada. I memorized it at like 10. Well, I'm sorry, we're not all as cool as you. Actually, I guess I'm not sorry about that, but we are not all as cool as you. As it would turn out. Okay. Do. Yeah. Because, yeah, all I know is that somewhere around, I think, 37 is where 100 degrees is. So I don't know exactly what 35 is. And, like... am I going to learn the ratio? I'm not sure. Oh, see, I was close. I'm not sure I'm ever going to bother to learn the, like, actual formula for how to calculate that as much as I will simply learn, like, directly what the numbers are telling me. So, like, I feel like I'll learn what is in the human livable range and eventually just have that memorized, but not actually how to, like, convert 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit to Celsius. Okay, so how far? No, we're actually pretty much there. So from here, we're really going to slope downward. So we actually don't need to go. So now we need to clear this out, because we're not going to go deeper than this. Okay, let's focus on the part that's in the wall. Do it that way. I think that's a saner way to do that. We might still need the outer portion, at least as a ground to stand on, so focus on what's inside. I assume, Ox, that your new place has air conditioning. You've not been banished to an air-conditionless nightmare realm? Yes, thankfully. That's good. Because like I said, I've seen many of the Europeans, like, slowly dying. Because of all the places in Europe that do not have air conditioning. Which is hard to imagine as someone who lives in the nightmare prison of the desert, but I suppose we don't all live in desert. Somehow. So while it's 95 degrees, do you have any intention of venturing out at all, or are you just like, nah, I gotta stay inside? Just not deal with that. Might go out in the evening when it cools a bit. Okay. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep. Alright. Looks like this is cleaning up pretty good here. Get more coal. I do see dirt here, though, which... interesting. Curious what that's going to do when we get to it. Gonna get shoveled is what it's going to do. Yeah, not incorrect. But mostly I'm curious like where it's going to branch precisely. Okay, so actually we're gonna go about to here. Now that I look at it. Also, I was at Loblaws a couple days ago. Okay, well, you're gonna have to tell me what Loblaws is, because apparently my brain is reading that as your lobster in-laws. Loblaws is basically Canadian Kroger. Okay. I think that's out too far. They have a bunch of meats on sale. Bunch of meat on sale, okay. Alright. Let's go ahead and tear out another ground level here. And I was just in Nim's DMs, like, Canada Explain. Because the meat was labeled in kilograms, like it always is here. Okay. Go ahead and carve this floor bit out. But the bright yellow signs were like $4.99 a pound. And I'm just like, can we decide what we're doing here? No, Ox, you can't, because old people, apparently. Because the elderly were trained on pounds. Therefore, Imperial is still in use. Yeah, I actually knew this one. I too have inquired at some points about the measuring units of Canada and gotten this explained. Ah shit, there it is, the water. Oh fuck. Oh shit. See, we have a barrier down there at least to catch the water. I figured that was why, but I still asked to be sure. Yeah, it's funny. I forget what happened, Ox. I think I tried to, like, talk about something, and then I was like, I actually don't know. I was talking to Nim, and I was like, I don't know what your grasp of Imperial is. And that's how we got talking about the old people using Imperial. Boop. So did you get any meat, though? What meat was $4.99 a pound, actually? Well, that could be a good price, depending. Could not be. Some pork loin and threw it in the freezer. Okay. So... And yeah, that's actually a really good price in Canadian dollars. Yeah, I wasn't sure at this moment what a good price on meat is. Because many of you will know, economy all fucked up right now. There we go again. We want to get as close to the water without pouring the water out. Water, my behated. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep. All right. Making good progress here, I think. I guess I will ask, how do you all like the shape of the excavation so far? Does it look like it's turning out sort of natural looking? And or balanced, I guess. Thoughts and feelings. I know these holes in the wall here have kind of fucked it up a little, made it harder to tell. At least for me. Think so, not quite sure yet. Okay. Is there any part of it that seems more questionable to you, Ox? Because for me, so far, this corner is questionable, but it's just because I don't know what's going to go, how this is going to work. The gate goes here, and I don't know if I'm going to turn this into... I think I'm going to have to turn this into just a hard corner and then push the wall back that direction. And then this area is interesting over here. I'll have to carve it more and kind of see the vision there. But like I said, the holes feel like they're kind of fucking up the sightline for me so far, or right now. It's a little harder to tell. I'm going to probably have to go repair my pickaxes today. I think I'm going to chew through most of them. Since I am not endowed with the world's biggest collection of pickaxes, I have some. But truly not an infinite supply of these things. Okay. So here, I think we just pull this whole corner down here, because I think that's going to end there. Yeah, pretty much. Now we'll get down here. We'll chew this in as well. You like large-scale terraforms like this in Project Ox, or are you more someone who believes that you should try to build in the natural landscape? What is your large terraform philosophy, out of curiosity? Think both have value? Okay. Whee! Oink. Not those gas noises. Okay, we got this section, and then I think we're done with this one. By this one, I mean this pickaxe. In my base, I try to be inspired by the landscape, but I will also flatten large areas if I need to. Gotcha. Did you ever kind of envision the scope of what my base would start to look like when I first started here? No. I do think that we've pretty much carved out now most of the space I intend to fill. There is some over here. This section will be dug out to make a new area here. This section will probably be expanded a little bit to add some stuff back here. And but this is pretty much done. No more expansion required here. I don't really intend to go much farther than this point. This is going to be the end extremities of the base. I'm not going to do any major digs on this side anymore. So I think all major digs are done. with this point. I mean, aside from, obviously, we still got a dig part here. That's a major dig. We might do... I guess at least footprint-wise, it's no longer going to expand. There will be major digs, like, down here in this area, but these areas are already, like, under the base itself. So it's going to expand downward into these areas. Like, this might use some expansion, some changes. We'll see. This area will need a dig. A pretty substantial dig over here. So there'll be major digs in the future, but there will be no more that widen the footprint. I think we're at, like, full territorial expansion. Now we will be, like, digging down. I don't think I will have a bigger footprint than this. Until, like... Suppose, like, we're still having fun and we're playing Minecraft in 10 years. Then, once this area is fully built out, we might think about expanding again at some point in the future, but for the foreseeable future, footprint expansion is off the menu. I don't really, like... I don't really want to leave this area, basically. I think /hope Minecraft will be a lifelong game for me. Yeah. Kind of agree. I think if there was... So, at most, I think that this is the primary build zone for the base. I think at most, I would ever want to claim this chunk of it too. That would be like the future one day, but it also effectively doubles the size of the base already, and the thing is already huge. So I suppose this would be, because this is effectively like an island, I might actually just kill this here. I might break this and turn us into an actual island. Or one island, actually, because technically, I guess I am a peninsula here. Because this was originally water, so the south of me is an island. I'm technically a peninsula of the mainland here. And this would have also been an island to the north as well. This is a pretty cool place. Yeah, frankly, I had no idea we were going to be digging into the back wall wholesale. I thought that part was going to be tunnels. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, rest in peace, major digs. But as an example of what I was talking about earlier, the hill my airport sits on was there originally, and I had the idea to put the tunnel under the runway, but I also built out the hill to make it longer to fit my idea better. Okay. I do like that. Your tunnel is very nice. Not rest in peace, major digs. That's salute major digs. Yeah, my brain reads saluting though as like a rest in peace. You've done your duty. So that's truly how I read that. Just you can file that one under another smack in my head, Ox. Okay, wait, we needed a new pickaxe. That's what we were doing. Pickaxes are down here. Lord. One of these. There it is. Oh, shit, this is the last one. We got the named one. Ow. Is this the one that's okay to lose? All of these are okay to lose, Ox. Anything that's a diamond pickaxe is in the okay to lose category. The questions are here in the netherite ones, because I have don't lose this one, don't lose this one either, it's okay to lose this one. So I have one netherite pickaxe of my own creation. I have the two you gave me, and a netherite hoe that's never been named. But I was strictly told not to lose those other ones. It's never been named. Ah ha ha. It has not. Not the wall chicken going into that hole in the wall. Alright. This is gonna get awkward here for a bit. That corner is Giga Sharp. We also don't need it to be not that sharp. Gotta be not sharp, but not enough to totally disrupt. Yeah, I don't want to do that. That's what's hard about this spot. So we actually have to do that. We're gonna eat it that way. Terraforming, am I right? That looks wrong. Just go that way. Nope, I think we gotta keep that one there. We can afford to sacrifice that one. Still gonna look awkward. We are missing one there, actually. Nope. That one needs to be gone. It's never been named because you kept dying with my pickaxes. I did. I'm sorry. That's my bad. I was bad at the game. And I apologize. I apologize for sucking. I hope you have forgiven me at this stage in the game, but if you hold it against me still, I understand. I know where both of the deaths where I lost pickaxes were, too. Have I ever shown you that, Ox? Where I died with the two pickaxes that I lost? Maybe if so, it was long ago. Okay, so the first obvious one, or the easiest one, is actually right here. When I was building this originally, I was messing around with it, and I cracked one of these blocks while I was standing in it, and I fell into the lava and burned to death, and incinerated all my gear. So that was the second death, was building this thing. On some level, that is why this is not really a reachable place or intended to be a platform or anything. It is actually a place that I died and lost all my gear. So funny backstory of the base there. The other place I died and lost all my gear was in here. Let's see if I can find precisely where it was. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep. But it was in this tunnel complex here. Kind of know the shape of the room. It was this room. I died in here. I forget what killed me. Precisely. But I died in that room. Because it was a relatively big room here. And so the problem was, because I died there, and I respawn up there, I simply could not get down and figure out how to even get back to the specific room I died in. It's like a lot of this didn't exist. There weren't pathways down yet. This was still in my original attempts to conquer the entire space. So I just didn't have a clue how to actually get in here. And so I wandered the tunnels trying to find my way back to the gear, but by the time I found the room and the correct path to get into it, it had despawned. Should build a memorial to my pickaxe atop that thing? Yeah. That's why after that, I netherrighted the two don't lose this pickaxes. That second death is actually why the two don't lose this or netherite, is because that way they couldn't be incinerated like the last one had been. But as you can see, Ox, I have taken it very seriously ever since. And I have not lost either of the pickaxes you told me not to lose. I hope I get an A for effort on that. A+ so far. I will strive to maintain that. The only other place I died, and I think I actually lost like significant gear, was digging the west nether tunnel. I think Vex was there when it happened. So what happened there, Ox, was I opened a shulker and I didn't realize there was still piglins nearby. Like, I just didn't think about it. I opened a shulker. Every piglin on the bridge goes ballistic at me. And I tried to take off. And we just had the trencher had... Not the trencher, but the boar had left a single block lower in the ceiling in one place. I crashed into that block, hit it so hard I died. And I think it shotgunned some gear into the lava off the thing. Because I know somebody was there. I think it was Vex. I don't think it was you, but obviously we were working on that project together, so it might have been you. Someone was there to recover my gear, but like I think I lost a bunch of it just to... It got yeeted into the lava. So, tragic for me. And then, yeah, this is the only other pickaxe with like a kind of interesting story to it. This one is the slow one. And that was because for the longest time I couldn't figure out why sometimes my, what's it called? Didn't work right. My efficiency. I thought it was bugged. Because like every so often the efficiency would just not be working correctly in my base, and I was like, I don't know what's going on here. And as it would turn out, I had a single pickaxe that was enchanted at efficiency 4, not efficiency 5. And I just didn't notice it was rotating around in the collection of pickaxes. So every so often I would legitimately be mining slower, and it was the pickaxe's fault. And it took me longer than it probably should have to figure out that that was the problem. You should rename it to the pickaxe formerly known as Slow. Yeah, I guess it's been updated to efficiency 5 at some point since then. So it's not technically the slow one anymore. But I never changed the name because it was just funny. We're getting there. I want to see if I can dig it down to... I don't know if we're going to finish the project today, actually, basically. Is where I'm at. I don't know what we're aiming for here today. Because this is a lot of digging. Well, it's not actually... The digging's not the problem. If I was just going to dig, we'd definitely be done today. The real issue is that I have to stop and think every 5 seconds to be like, okay, am I digging the right spot? What does this shape look like? And so that's the real issue here. Is that every bit of digging requires me to zoom out, look at what that looks like, decide, does that look good? Chew up another section of the dig. Like I'm some kind of terrible 3D printer right now. Except I'm removing the material. So obviously, like, the exact opposite of 3D printing. It, in fact, was nothing like a 3D printer at all. Yeah, 3D eraser. Do you think it would be funny, Ox, if I put a redeem that said name a pickaxe? It'd be a relatively limited time redeem in the fact that there are only so many pickaxes to name. I think that could be fun, but you have to decide if you want Twitch redeems to shape your Minecraft world in any way. Yeah, it's true. That's why we have no, like, build anything or do anything redeems. Because we have, like, League redeems. Okay, for me, that's a hard no. I want my Minecraft base to be something I can always go back to no matter what happens in my life or what becomes painful for any reason. Gotcha. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Alright, so we did establish that this back area is about as far in as we're gonna go, but I don't think we're gonna go necessarily in that height. That's where I don't know what we're doing. So we're gonna flatten that wall there, for sure. We might be fixing out that area. I don't know yet. Put a torch down here. So if I ever did any kind of audience content, I'd do it in a dedicated Twitch world. Okay. Because, yeah. I don't have, like, Twitch redeems for Minecraft, but my base is ever so mildly shaped by my Twitch audience. If only that you really could call my Twitch audience, like, primarily my friends who come to watch me on Twitch. Because I guess I do wonder then, Ox, how that logic applies to the magenta pillars. As they are, to some degree, a very audience-influenced thing. Let's fix up this corner, because it's driving me a little crazy. Probably like the only thing in my base that's not a truly... No, that's probably not true. There are probably other things in my base that are like not exactly direct choices I made. Oh, I have no problem with that. It's really about giving my audience creative control in exchange for Twitch currency. So it's more the transactional nature of that rather than the influence nature of that. That's doing something different. You didn't make a redeem to pick the column. The blocks for your columns, yeah. I truly think the funniest thing that I would maybe actually consider doing with naming the pickaxes Ox is that... Okay, see, we're far enough back now that I think fixing up this is not going to cause a lot of problems. We got to keep it decently back. But what was I going to say? Oh, I think the thing that I would do... No, see, we're not far enough back yet, actually. Never mind. I'm going to do it probably here. Yeah, it's part the transactional nature and part that a Twitch audience isn't just friends. Yeah, I got you, I got you. I was going to say, though, that the thing that I might do with the pickaxes ox is I might just name the pickaxes my favorite channel quotes. Redemptions are equally available to everyone. Got it, yeah. I might take the shorter channel quotes that I really like and just make them the pickaxe names. Yeah, I'd run out of characters for most of them. Let's see, let's go look at the quote list. Maybe I could get away with some of these, Ox. Let's see. Hold on. We'll drag this over here. Go desktop. Yeah. Make another right one, name it Vaguely Goth. Sounds pretty good. I could name the netherite Toho. I like this microplastics one. Yeah. Oh, hey, Luke. I didn't see that you were one of the ones that got the gifted. But congratulations. I hope work is all right. Also, hi, Luffy. We're looking at quotes. How are you doing, Luffy? And also, obviously, how are you doing, Luke? If you can talk at all for the fact that you're at work. The quotes are fun. I also have a very, very good desktop background today, and I would like to show you all, whoever's here right now. Check out this desktop background. I really like this one, actually. Grab the thing on the other page. Interesting. Oh, I'm so curious if anyone's going to be able to guess where this is. Doing okay. Just got done with another installment of Feline Forensics. Yeah, it's a really cool picture. Anyone have a guess where this is? From the context clues we have here, can anyone vaguely GeoGuessr us into where we are? Because I really think it's going to not be incredibly obvious. I would never have guessed the place that we are. Near the tip of South America. Somewhere with water. Yes, you are correct, Luffy. Somewhere with water. And near the tip of South America. But no. Unless that's all salt and not ice. I don't think so. I just say it's ice. 1 second, I gotta drink some water. Oog, but I really love this coloring here, actually. This is kind of a thing that I want to do in the lower levels of my base. I actually want to use some broad swaths of color and do like really cool designs in the walls and floors. Make it more vibrant in the middle layer than the top layer. which I think will be really fun. Yeah, so Russia is a lot closer, Ox. Let me roll over the page here. We are in China, actually. This is apparently Lighthouse in Dalian, China. So that's really cool. Where in China are we? Well, we're really up there. That's cool, though. Way further south than I'd expect to see that much ice. Gotcha. No, I think they do just get, like, decent winters in this area still, Ox. I don't know what it is about the geography, climate, but I know that they do get some decent winters in the northern bits of China here. Japan gets decent winters for whatever reason. There's a difference between decent winters on land and the sea is full of ice. Yeah. Oh, here it is from a different angle. It's quite cool. I really like it, actually. Sea is very hard to freeze. Yeah, but like I said, in my understanding, it gets pretty cold there. Basically quite cool because of all the ice. Yup. Lamau. Beep boop beep boop beep. Alright. Back to the Minecraft. Not Lemao. Hilarious. Alright. We're getting somewhere. Did it good somewhere remains to be seen. Alright. Chat. Question. Moment for you all to influence the base. Do you think I should make this kind of a harder cutoff, like a solid wall? Or do you think I should really, like, follow the slope of the outside of the island and diagonal it pretty lower? Huh, Twitch didn't save my stream. Oh no, Luffy. I'm sorry to hear that. I guess I'll find out what it does with this one today. Imagining more of a vertical back wall, but shrug. Yeah, I'd originally planned to do a more vertical back wall, but I was thinking about it in that moment. Have you been saving all your streams so far, Luffy? It's funny, because my husband was just telling me today I don't have to record and stream at the same time. Oh no! That's tragic. Download the VODs after streaming. Yeah, okay. I've been exporting them to a YouTube channel, but I did lose my very first one, and I know that it's because there was a setting that I didn't have toggled to save it. But if you've been previously saving them, like, I assume it was creating other VODs. that you've been downloading, or have you been self-recording them? Yeah, I record and stream at the same time because A, I can record in higher quality than I stream, and B, I can overlay chat in the recording. Yeah, and see, I messed that up originally. I didn't save my... I didn't have that toggled the first time, so that was a me mistake. And yeah, that makes sense though, Ox, that you can record and stream. Just record at a better, just better everything than what you stream at. Makes sense. I don't think I'm archivist enough to want to have my own recordings at higher quality. I don't know what I would do with them. Actually, the problem there. Alright, we're gonna chew up the next 2 layers completely here, actually. We're gonna tear this through. Well, I stream at 720p for people. Got it, got it. People's bandwidth. But then I can record at 1080p for YouTube. Got it. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep. All right, we're gonna hit water somewhere here. Where will it be? The real question. There it is. We do have a tiny wall down there to stop the water from doing anything we don't want it to really do. Is doing its job. Yeah, I guess that's something I should figure out how to do, Ox, is to, see, I don't know if we're gonna get water. We're gonna get, oh, I thought that was water for a second, but it was, well, I mean, it was effectively water. But, what was I going to say? Oh god, it's back. I should figure out the chat overlay so we can see chat on stream. I don't know. I do feel like a lot of streamers do that. You generally feel like that's a good idea, Ox. I know you were trying to record chat for yours, and that was part of your some degree of technical adventures, figuring out how to get it to do that correctly. But do you like being able to see chat on stream? Yeah, chat. I just have never done it. Picked up some more stone. Put that in there. No, I hate chat on stream. It's redundant and blocks the stream. Yeah. Kind of don't disagree. The only place where I think it's awkward, and I assume this is why you were having the trouble you were with the recordings, is because you were trying not to include it on the stream itself. In terms of having it only on the recording, I actually wrote up how to when I was finally happy with my method. Yeah, see, so maybe I'll actually do that just so we can get it on the VODs. Because that's the place where I think it does matter a little bit more. During the stream, theoretically, chat is just obviously chat is in theory seeing chat as they type. Chat the entity versus chat the object. Them gas noises. Yeah. We should finally have a relatively decent idea of how this project is going so far once I knock these layers out here. We'll learn some stuff about. Now I think we'll be able to more appreciate some elements of this. Anyway, some not so much, because like right here, this is all fucked up still, obviously. We'll shape this before we go back and look. This area is still a little wonk. Oops. Correct. See, now I don't want to actually. It's too high up. It's causing problems. We might do it there. No, like I said, we'll keep digging for now. We'll take a look at it in its entirety once I get this in. I don't think I like this area, though. I think this area is not doing what I want it to. So we'll have to work on this a bit. We'll do that. Over here, it's pretty broken. Whoops, not the block I meant to break. That's the one I want. Nope. That one, I think. We do need to dig into the final back wall distance, and then we go back and we repair. No, not more granite right there. That's an annoying spot for it. But yeah. Dig, 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 dig. All right, that in. Last to that little bit of dirt. Yeah, see, this is where this is gonna get odd. It's actually this back. Now we can really kind of see, I think, more. That needs to be wider. So that means that most of this needs to go here. then this section gets torn up quite dramatically. Going back. So, like so. You tear out a chunk of that. Come back in. Actually, like so. A little bit there. Okay. Damn it, you said something about distance related to your digging, and now my brain is just going, she's digging the distance. She's digging for speed. Which is a song you might be surprised to hear. I'm somewhat familiar with. It is a little funny. She's digging the distance. She's digging for speed. She's all alone in her time of need. I don't know that you will be surprised to know that I know that song. Or if that was fairly predictable. But for people who might not know that song, that is The Distance by Cake. It's fun. I like Cake, the band. I like Cake, the object, a little less than the band. To be perfectly honest. my Cake thoughts. No, you generally know everything I know about pop culture plus additional things. How does Minecraft Cake rate among these? How does Minecraft Cake relate in terms of pastries or in terms of cake, the object? All right, so this area's all fucked up still, actually. This area is like comically fucked up. And it's going to be kind of hard to fix. Welcome to Eve Suffering Hours. Let's go. Why is this part so fucked up? Okay, it's looking a little less fucked up. Now it looks mostly less fucked up. Still a little fucky, but we'll get there. Alright, and you've got to take your headset off. Be lurking. Thanks, Luffy, for dropping by. I feel you on that one. Hope you have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll be here crafting the mines. Okay. Mike, you like Cake the food less than Cake the band, and I want to know where in that ranking Minecraft Cake fits. Oh, okay. I like Cake the Minecraft object more than I like Cake the food, less than I like Cake the band. It's in the middle. Minecraft Cake is very amusing because Minecraft Cake is a slab. It looks like cake, but it looks like a weird cake. Like, what's going on with this cake? What kind of cake is this? Why is it frosted the way it is? What are these little red things? But what really is making Minecraft Cake like extra funny for me and raises its valuation above regular cake. I always assumed they were cherries or strawberries or something. Yeah, it's just funny that there are no cherries or strawberries in this game. But I think the the funniest thing that's doing a lift for cake in this game for me is that cake is used in that cake alignment is a real thing. Cake alignment is doing a lift for cake because I just think it's deeply funny. Anyway, let's zoom out. Look at a more broader view of the thing so far. Yeah. Cake for directionality is even funnier. Yeah. So I do think it's unbalanced. I think this area does actually need to be like torn out. Thoughts and feelings about that. I think that I just do need to commit to really reshaping this area. I think digging it further to the left might actually help. Got it. Whoops. Wow, that was quite a drastic change there. So you think that adjusting this portion here is what's going to do more work on the balancing? Maybe. Okay, so part of it that we need to account for is also how it's going to look from this angle. The out of the ordinary viewing angle for this is actually going to be that it's visible from this direction from a few places in the future. So I wanted to do a bit of a curve here. This might still need to be raised a bit, actually. I did want to do like another curve here going the opposite way, which is what we're trying for there. I do think it could stand to be pushed probably to like here. So we could shave some chunk of blocks there, but I do think we still need to shave some more chunk of blocks over there. We'll try shaving this side first. Pain in the ass as that might be. Because I do think you're kind of right there, Ox. Shocking. I know. Ox kind of right. Who would have thought? This is going to be slightly annoying, though, because we've already dug. Pain. Misery, actually. Whoops, wrong object. Or from the other side of it, actually. So I think we tear up this stuff. I think we tear up everything. Stupid hole in the floor. I'm going to dig that back out later, but we're going to fill it for now. Whoops, we're going to also really, really misclick quite a bit. Fill the hole filler. I think we're going to take everything here out all the way back. And we're going to chew up everything here. So so. Whee! Collect all our stone. And we're going to start again with a bit of the shaping process here. Whoops. Yeah. Yeah. Gonna be interesting. Back, down, out, that. That's a shovel. That. Whoops. Back. We come in here, we sh those up. Like so. Now we cry about this section. How could I have done this? Luckily, scaffolding is real and can indeed help us in this situation. But, pain in the ass. Be real. Ding, ding, ding. Okay. That'll give us a base here to just back that way. And all of that stuff. See what we can get from the staircase itself. Decent chunk of it. Just want to avoid jumping if I don't have to here. Jumping is a very silly way to mine. 0 out of 10. Do not recommend. Can't really reach a lot of this otherwise. Wow, such a true and real title. Hello, Nim. How are you? How is your day going? Welcome to the stream. How is your base going? Therapist, scaffolding is real. Scaffolding can help you. Scaffolding deletes itself because you clicked wrong. Hate it when that happens. Scaffolding goes away when you need it, more than you think it might. Had another zoo day, saw some creatures, finished another school assignment now. Very exciting. Are we pandering to Nim with this title? No. Whoa, God. Gravel. The bane of my existence. Ah, shit. Here we go again. Come on, scaffolding. I need you right now. Oh, shit. Bonk. Get me in here. Hacker voice. We're in. Okay. Had another zoo day, saw some creatures, almost finished another school assignment now. Well, that's annoying. But do you want to be in? Not really. We're in here now, though. We gotta fix this problem. I do not want to be gravelled upon. And gravel, my great nemesis. Curious Nim, do you too hate gravel as an underground baser? Gravel has attempted to kill me many times. I finished the ceiling layer and I just got to put in all the glass for the fog now. Nice. That's cool. For those of you who do not know, Nim has an equally demented mining base in Minecraft. Not on this server. Nim has not accepted my offer to come mine diamonds for Ox, which is very tragic. But, alas, we will attempt to continue to make some money for Ox. I know it's been pretty light on these last couple streams. Eve, when there's blocks that aren't stone in Minecraft, we gotta fix this problem. Yeah, well, and this is a particularly egregious one. Gravel in the ceiling is, again, actually the bane of my existence. Gravel in the ceiling has attempted to murder me many times. The only reason I put up with gravel is to make concrete. Yeah, understandable. It's a fucking menace most of the time. Hate that. Hate that for us. Right, now we can tear up this corner. That allows us to basically chew off this, at least. More of it, honestly. And keep tearing out to here, I think, before we even need to consider the shape of this at all. Torch. Second. Yeah. So that will allow us to go here, pull it back to like there now. A few more. Probably to about there. There we'll start to think about the next tier. Like so. Eh. That. Do you ever do this kind of terraforming, Nim, or are you just like, no, I simply remove all of the material and then I build only what I desire back? Because you have a pretty expansive dig situation, but you have like thoroughly obliterated much of the area. Yeah, pretty much the latter. Alright, Ox, that's what we got now. Minus the funky planes. I very much do the clear out, redo from scratch. See, I do this, where I'm like the reverse 3D printer, the 3D carver. But yeah, that looks better now. That means we can pretty much tear out a big chunk here. Mostly because I use the space as a mine first, then find an idea to put there after. Okay. Did you go into Hypermine with a clear idea of what you wanted to do already? Or did you make that up once you were there and looking at the space you were in? Out of curiosity. Definitely after. Okay. Interesting. Did you come up with the idea pretty quickly, or did it take a while of thinking? Like, I got to my base idea incredibly quickly, I think. Oh, so you project creeped yourself. Definitely after. I was going to make a little cabin, I usually do. Then the ideas just kept going, and now I'm here. Snowballed pretty fast. Yeah, my base did start with a little cabin. But I like the plan to be down here was already like the second the cabin was there, the cabin was always a staging point for the expansion down here. And it was never intended to be the whole thing. I don't remember, Nim, have you seen my original cabin? Yeah, because as Ox says, Eve built a little house and it got flipped. And Eve was like, guess we're going down now. Remembered I can use an auto clicker to place blocks on my poor wrist is so thankful. Anyway, here's my original house. This is actually still my house. Eve of Winter's house. It's supposed to be this way. Wonder what happened. Eve of Winter's base. Ox was here. Now this is house flipping. Read in the intonation of this is pod racing. Which, can you all believe we're getting a new pod racing game? That's kind of crazy. Pod racing on the N64 was actually like one of my big childhood memories. Yeah, this is still my house. Did them long enough. Eve built this on her first day on the server, and as soon as she got off, I took a schematic and rebuilt it upside down that very night. Yep. And I've been living in an upside down house ever since. I was originally just trying to build a little A-frame house. As I always wanted, like I picked this area because of the ravine. I always wanted to come down here and start to build a big underground base. That was always the goal. But I needed a place to sleep. And then I have just sentimentally never moved out of the house. One day it will be down here. I haven't figured out where yet. I do think, Ox, if you ever wanted to prank me now by moving it, I would be okay. Yeah, I once put the house on the ceiling down here. It was very funny, but also made Eve sad, so I put it back. Yeah. Obviously, this is not going to be a shock to many people here, but I have had a lot of mental health struggles. Being trans has not been the easiest road for me. So back when I first started playing on the server, I was just not doing super well. And I've always been really thankful to Ox for giving me this space to really just build something and enjoy things and have a good time. It's done so much for me. And as Ox said, he once moved the house, and it did make me sad. I was just sentimentally attached to the joke of it being upside down and it being where it was. I didn't have a lot that I was really happy with at the time, and it's easy for me to still get sad right now, even just thinking about how things were. I will always be open here on stream about just the emotional adventures of being trans. It's not been easy. I don't think any trans person will tell you that it's been easy. But I want to be open about how my journey's been and things because I want to also be positive and to like show people it does get better. Because things have gotten a lot better for me than they were back when I first started working on the space. It's a big part of why this space is so important to me and why I don't really play on any other server. Because for me, Minecraft is not about the game Minecraft, and it is like largely about this space and everything that's meant for me. And I'm not really looking for other places to play Minecraft. I have not gotten bored of this one. I don't think I ever will get bored of this one. So like I said, this has meant a lot to me, and there's a lot of emotional just value here in this thing and what I've built. But yeah. Oh, it's really, really not easy whatsoever. Yeah. So, I think we all know just some of the struggles. So, my Minecraft base really reminds me that you get through those struggles, though. All right, let's see how that looks. Something going on here looks wrong. This really long single plane now looks very incorrect. So how did I get to that? Okay. How do I fix that? Problem's more on this end. Like that. That's the problem. It's still long. It's still long as hell. I think I have to just shave a lot of this back actually a bit. It's how we kind of fix the visual problems with it. The lower level needs to jut one out like that. It's still long as hell. Me, when I didn't lose any height on estrogen, I'm not convinced by the estrogen makes you shorter crowd. I've not seen the compelling evidence for that. Oh god. I've also not seen the compelling evidence for lost maybe an inch. Okay. Which is not an insignificant amount, though. I don't like this area. That's better. Still. It's still giving me grief. It's just too far out now. Okay. I was 5'11 and a quarter before HRT, and I'm 5'11 and a quarter now. Just round it a bit. I was 6'4 to 5-ish at peak. Now I'm barely at the top of 6'3. Gotcha. Okay. Suffer. We suffer for the base. Trying to sort this fiasco out. Like that. Geometry is my passion. Not Ox. We also suffer not the alien to live. Not incorrect, but not the reference I was expecting there. Incredibly funny. Not Ox quoting Warhammer at us. Okay. I don't know how accurate this info is, but based on some things I've seen, if you're losing height, it's probably a bad thing. Uh-oh. I know to some degree you lose height as you get older, as your, like, cartilage and your all that just compresses because old. But let's see, how do we like what's happening? This area is probably the hardest. The only reason I know that bit is because you've showed me the damn April Fool's musical, and that song has been stuck since. Ah! Yeah, well, that's pretty funny. Because the height loss potentially comes from reduction of cartilage. Some people also report smaller shoe sizes for the same reason. From your prolactin being too high and fucking with your bone density. Not your bone density. That is bad. We love bone density in this chat. But yeah. I was 5'7" when I started transition. I am 5'6" now, and the only reason that that's any difference is because I stopped trying to claim to be 5'7" to be a little bit taller. And I was actually just 5'6" the whole time. I was relieved from the masculine pressure to be slightly taller, because being short was not a good thing. For that, from what I've seen, it doesn't seem like a lot of people's doctor. Well, okay, from what I've seen, it seems like a lot of people's doctors don't take the prolactin into account and have people on unhealthily high levels of HRT. Added an extra don't, but you get what I meant. Yeah, I sorted that one. All right. We're digging. Mild chaos outside my room I can hear. It sounds like my grandma has just woken up and thinks it's the morning. I don't know if y'all could hear any of that, even vaguely there. But that's what happened. I was unintentionally the 5'11" guy who claims to be 6 because I measured myself at one point in my teens and was almost 6, so then I just started saying I was 6 because I figured surely in the last couple years I'd gotten there. So I went to the doctor, started HRT and got measured. I got a surprise, capital S. Yeah. That's funny. Okay, and like comparing with some people, I have a dose of E half out of a good chunk of people, but my doctor is also hyper vigilant about the prolactin. I do think, Nim, that you need your bones. I think you should keep your bones. Hooray for bones. Like having bones. I do think they're important. See, it still looks fucked up here, though. So we still have work to do. We have to basically take out, like, actually quite a lot of it. Better. My previous doctor clearly did not care because I have a lot of symptoms of dangerously high prolactin. Oh no. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. Being trans, another adventure of being trans is doctors often do not know what the fuck they're on about. And you will have to argue with them, they will do things wrong, you'll get poor care. It's a fucking nightmare. Current guy is a lot better. I'm glad to hear that, Nim. My original endo was not great. He was very conservative, so I never was, like, in danger of having high levels of anything. I really had a true struggle to get to meaningful levels of HRT. And the guy could not understand why I didn't feel better when my estrogen levels were lower. He thought that I should feel better when my estrogen levels were lower, and I'm like, buddy, if that was the case, why would I be here? I have some questions and thoughts for you about that. OMG, you said he was very conservative, and I was just thinking, question mark, why is he prescribing HRT to trans people then? No, yeah, Ox. But you know what I mean. You were present for a lot of those adventures too. Ox really helped me out quite a lot because I was really having this was some of the struggles I was having early on that I've alluded to here, but part of it was just getting good care. Getting good healthcare as a trans person is not easy, and it is not a given. So, like, oh god. When I first started transitioning, I just didn't know a lot because I was really depressed. I couldn't... Like, I was not the type of person that did a ton of the research beforehand. That's much more Ox than me. And I just really wanted to get started because I really didn't think I was ever going to transition. And so by the time I was getting started, it was a much more like a lurch into motion. Like, things have been so bad, I have to do something. So I didn't have time to stop and really do a lot of research beforehand, just because like my mental state was so bad. I just was like, nope, we're gonna hit the ground running. We're gonna get out there. We're gonna do something. So that's what I did. But what it ended up with was that I had an endocrinologist who was not a good fit for me at the beginning, but I was just following what he was saying because I just was like, yep, surely the doctors know what they're talking about. And Ox came in and was like, I don't think your doctor knows what he's talking about. And it was very funny. Like I said, we're in a lot better of a place now. But my last guy was like that too, went bare minimum E and then blasted the blockers to the max, even though I didn't really need them both, it turned out. Got it. I'm sorry to hear that, Nim. It doesn't sound great. Yeah, my endo recommended that I start on pills. Then after about 7 or 8 months of not being able to get to the levels that like were just the minimum, because I couldn't take so I was with Kaiser at the time here in the States, and Kaiser only for blockers, the only thing they would prescribe is spironolactone. Yeah, I had to essentially become my own doctor and figure out my own regimen. Yeah, this happens. Endo recommendo. But yeah, so Kaiser would only prescribe spironolactone. Spironolactone has a lot of effect on your blood pressure. I have pretty low blood pressure. Spironolactone's primary use is as a blood pressure medication. So when I tried it, it fucked me up. I tried it and I collapsed to the floor at one point in the week that I was trying the spironolactone, and so I told the doctor, no, I do not think I will take this, actually. Even if he's hesitant, my current guy listens to me and lets me at least try stuff, which has worked out really well for me. Yeah, it's nice. My first guy was not like that. So he was really adamant about doing what he thought was the correct thing to be doing. Spiro destroyed me. Not blood pressure, but severe mental symptoms that made me high AF 24/7, could barely hold a conversation. Ooh, that sounds awful. Miserable time. 0 out of 10. Do not recommend spironolactone. Please, I beg of you, endos, prescribe a different medication. But I suppose, like, see, here's another one where my brain is like, well, surely it must work for someone. But I could be fucking wrong. We could simply all be suffering because those are just like, yep, here you go. I had to make them swap doctors to put me on Cypro, and that was the best decision. I'm glad. I ended up just going just mono on the estrogen. I ended up not taking any blockers for ever, actually. I've never been on blockers aside from that one attempt at spironolactone. But then I got my orchiectomy, and then we're chilling. We're vibing. Ooh, Cypro is an option now? We didn't have that in the States. See, an Ox would know these things. I would not know these things. Having simply just gone on estrogen alone until I got my orchiectomy. Cypro has been amazing for me, but at this point I can probably drop it. Gotcha. I get this block on. No, I can't. Got it. I gotta fix some of this back here. Some of this is fucked up. Right, so we're gonna dig down a layer. Whee! Oh no, gang, we're like more than halfway through this pickaxe. Ow, ow. I just do E injections and progesterone now, like a quarter Cypro weekly. That's cool. Minus the Cypro, I'm doing the same thing. Very exciting. Whee! This is medical advice, but if you feel like you have a doctor that doesn't listen to you, you should get another doctor. Your care is important, and you should feel heard and supported by your doctors and not ignored, minimized, and generally on your own. This is actual medical advice. Do not settle for subpar care. I did for a long time. It did not help me. It made my early transition quite difficult. All right. I'm not saying you need a doctor that will just truly do nothing and write you the blank check. But also, like, please get a doctor who will actually listen to your suggestions and be willing to try things. Just, it's quite nice. Beep. All right. Ow. We're chewing through a lot of stone here. I actually was emptying a decent chunk of the shulkers that are in my stone storage, and now we're like completely filling a shit ton of them back up. Tragic for me. Soon we're gonna have to start sorting our ores, which is fun. All right. Oh, speaking of all this, it's E-night before I forget again. Should not forget, Nim, you should do your injection. Mine was yesterday. Which was like the most annoying day it could have been for me because I was over at Artemis's house, and I was like, Artemis, I would just simply go to sleep here on the couch if I could. But unfortunately, I must drive home at 1 a.m. to do my injection because I've never missed one, and I kind of refuse to start now. So I was like, aw, shit, here we go. 1 a.m. driving. Entirely my fault. But it was funny. Otherwise, I really wanted to just go to sleep on the couch. All right, let's pull the next layer here. So, Nim, are you able to sleep pretty easily, or are you in the sleep struggle gang? See, I have a bad feeling about the way you've reacted to this. Yeah, see, I've asked this question, which means if there's, like, deep Nim sleep lore, I actually don't know it. So no, I assume whatever you're about to tell me, you have not told me before. Nim has actually never slept? I'd believe that. Nim could be some kind of vampire that never sleeps. That's believable. Nim does indeed have that vaguely goth energy. Vaguely goth would indeed be the funniest pickaxe, Ox. We're gonna hit water again here somewhere. Yes, of course, we're going to hit water again here somewhere. Okay, so back when I swapped doctors, I was on like 2 milligrams of E-pills initially, as that's what the doctor said was right. Okay. I think I don't remember what the actual pills... Ox, what are the little pills? Green pills? The number for per pill? Do you know? My brain tells me surely you know. Shit, the water's back. I believe they come in 1 and 2s. Okay. But the new doctor looked at the blood, decided that was way off and I should maybe be on like 4 to 5 minimum. Okay. I had to take 8 of those green bastards every day to just hit like the minimum Kaiser wanted my HRT levels to be. It was 4 in the morning, 12 hours later. Miserable time. What they had me doing originally. Didn't love that. Okay. Forgot that this area was a little fucked up. Try to fix that next. Okay. I got moved up to 4 and discovered the craziest side effect of severe insomnia. Okay, I got moved up to 4 and discovered the craziest side effect of severe insomnia. I see. That sounds bad. Fuck you, scaffolding. At the longest point, I stayed awake for about a month and a half straight, genuinely no sleep. That's crazy. Oh, that's pretty bad. It really, really feels like your doctors just looked at each other and said, "Hold my beer." At that point, I had forgotten who my new doctor was, so I contacted the old one and he basically accused me of making it up. What? What? Hello? I had to take myself down to a lower dose, and after a week it got better. That's crazy. What? And I must repeat, the fuck? Get out of there. Yeah, that's crazy, Nim. It really sucks that they didn't believe you at all. Oh shit. At that point, I was starting to really push for swapping to injections, and the new doctor referred me to the clinic HRT specialist that was there the whole time the old doctor never mentioned. What? That's fucked up. Fuck you. That is deeply fucked up. Lamau reminds me of Eve's first doctor, who, when Eve told him she was trans, referred her to everyone in Kaiser except the trans department. Yeah, my doctor didn't know how trans care was done at all at Kaiser, and so he shotgun referred me to every department that he thought might be relevant. Which he wasn't wrong. He hit the actual department that was relevant. But because he didn't refer me in the correct ways, it just bounced me in the system for a little while. He was like technically not incorrect. On a technicality. After a lot of pushing, they swapped me to injections and Cypro, then, which helped so much. Wild Thing was a specialist, delayed the injections as long as possible, and tried to blame the insomnia on a depression diagnosis she kept failing to actually make because I wasn't depressed. Lamau. That's so stupid. Ugh. I just... That's so incredibly stupid. This? No, I can't. Of course I can't. That'll fix. Oh god. Sorry, this area is cataclysmically fucked up too, and I gotta fix it. Shit. We be fallen from the scaffold. It's pretty bad, chat. Just stop talking to her and just stick with my new GP, the new doctor, and he's been wonderful. Okay. Your healthcare adventures sound particularly demented. And again, I'm very sorry to hear. Sounds fucking miserable. We love how they treat trans people. That's a blatant lie. We do not love it. Yeah, I'm assuming it's worse, and I just have only learned small things. My current doctor is my 5th if you include the specialist, Lamau. See, no, we can't do this. This doesn't work. Because we're creeping in the wrong direction. We actually need to go the other way. I'm annoyed. So we actually need to, like, rip out material. Cannot build in. Now we jump. Because of course, we're back to jumping. Eh. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Yep, as it would turn out. Just don't treat you super great. As a trans person interacting with the medical system. We hate that. Hate that for us. Just kind of suck. Okay, so you know it can be healthier to eat less calorie-dense foods so you feel less full with... Okay, so you know how it can be healthier to eat less calorie-dense foods so you feel full with less calories, and this is just like common knowledge? It is. Is this, Ox? Is this common knowledge? Sure. Is that what you're asking? Is it, Nim, too? Are you having the same reaction I am, where you're just like, wait, is this common knowledge? You know those graphs that are like 100 calories of junk food versus 100 calories of vegetables? I don't think I've seen those graphs. Where have you seen those graphs? I have also not seen these. I understand the point you're making, Ox, about like, yeah, less calorie dense food, vegetables are less calorie dense, they're bigger, so you eat more vegetables. Also, just like junk food tends to be really calorie dense and healthier food tends to be less calorie dense. My brain took this the wrong way because, again, I don't think I'm thinking about it in the same way that you were thinking, where my brain was immediately like, calorie dense foods, should you not eat those? Is that not nuts? Are nuts not a calorie dense food? But I also don't think I was imagining the graphs you're like explaining. But that is where my brain immediately went. I was like, are you saying that you shouldn't eat nuts because you'll feel less full if you eat less calorie dense food? But I follow. We got there. It wasn't a clean we got there, but we got there. The influencers have suddenly invented what they call volume eating, and it's literally just eat food that's less calorie dense so you feel full. Yeah. Sounds like influencers. Hmm. Section is miserable to fix. Gotta say, friends, not having fun with that. This one's gotta be shorter. Fuck you. Okay. It's annoying, by the way. Oh. very funny on the influencers for trying to invent the same thing again. We love that for them. We don't, but we'll pretend. Okay. It's starting to look like something, correct. It's these kind of parts of the builds that really tricky. Shit. You get into corners. Corners fuck you up quite often. My experience, gotta say. Where did you see this, Ox, anyway? Where are you watching the influencer culture? YouTube Shorts? Okay. My, like, perpetual allergy to short-form video content allows me to dodge a lot of this. Got rid of all the other short-form platforms. Yeah, gotcha. I just, like, despise interacting with it. Unfortunately, you can't separate YouTube Shorts from YouTube. Yeah. We're somewhere. That's something. Do I love it? No, but we're gonna roll with it for now. It's getting close. I think actually what it needs is we go here. I think we can do this. It'll fix a bit. Whoops, fucked that up. Shit. Here we go. Stabbing done. I gotta run to bed now. Have a good night. Good night, Nim. Thanks for dropping by. Congratulations on accomplishing your injection. We do actually love that for you. So, yippee! Yeah, have a good night. Alright. So, we're somewhere. Do we finally take down the wall chicken platform? I think the wall chicken has thoroughly moved on from the platform. And we'll have to, like, finish this project to find out where the wall chicken's new home is going to be. I don't know where it's going to decide is the new place to be. It's obviously decided that it's not here anymore. Alright, we're gonna also take a quick break right here. I'm gonna run some ads. I gotta run to the bathroom. Collect all the pieces of that platform. Not that they're important, but my brain does tell me to collect all the pieces of stone that we're dropping everywhere. Not doing us any good. I've tossed so much stone into the storage. Here we are. Cereal box voice. Collect them all. I actually don't know what the cereal box voice would be. But I do remember collecting the, like, proof of purchase and mailing them in for prizes. Okay, so we're not thinking of a specific one. Got it, got it. So I do think that I need to shave some areas here. I think these need to be more big planar areas. That's something we can go back in with the gas, though, and do. So that's not the biggest concern, right? We're mostly worried about getting it pretty close and getting the back wall to where we want. But yeah, so we're going to take a quick break right here. I will be right back. We're going to run to the bathroom. Feel free to step away, do whatever you need. Don't feel the need to watch these ads. We must give Jeff Bezos some ad dollar revenue, but also we don't actually have to watch them. So, BRB. Oog, alright, we're back. I ain't watched them because I sub to Eve. Let's go! Thanks, Socks. And once again, thank you for gifting subs to people. Appreciate it a lot. Alright, we're back though. I think rather than go fix the pickaxes, I think we will play some League of Legends. Thoughts and feelings. I don't particularly want to go interact with the Enderman. But I think we've gotten a lot of good work here done today. I do think Ox, that it will necessitate us moving the monument, though I'm not sure if I want to center it more here, or if I actually want to pivot it to this wall here. Or not this wall, but basically to have it backdropping like in this corner. Basically have the front face this way in this area. I'm not sure which one I want to do yet. But I do think we're going to move it ever so slightly. At least to some degree. The other thing, again, I was thinking we could do a big planter here to center it by not centering it, but by putting something else on this side. That could also work. But yeah, so we're going to level this out, all of it, and then we are going to basically take that shape and dig it down. That's going to suck. I will probably not do that on stream. That will be a Eve does this task slowly. There are new trees. Oh, right, should use that to advertise. League of Legends, more fun than an Ender. There are new trees and a new biome coming out in 26.3. So if you wanted to add another diorama, yeah, we could do that. I was thinking of putting another one of these trees. I was thinking of doing another tree in the corner here and having it drape over the edge. But that'll probably block the monument views. That's what I'm not sure. We'll have to finish the area before I like truly decide, because I do, once we one day build the tower that goes here, I would love to be able to see the monument from the tower. So I do think we should keep that orientation, actually. Now that I'm really thinking about it, I don't think we want to be viewing it from the back here. I think having it face that way is correct. We're almost getting to the point where we can take down that platform, though, and attempt to move it to the actually correct place. Hello, wall chicken. So, I'm excited. So I think what we're going to do is we're probably going to finish this digging project, pave out the area. I'm not going to dig down yet. I'm probably going to dig it to that level down there, just so we get to see the full drop, but not actually have to dig the rest of it. Then I'll dig that on my own various points. And once we finish that, almost won't be your base without the floating netherrack platform. No, I'm saying we can take it down and we can move it to its correct place. It's currently incorrect. Should actually be like over here. So the floating netherrack platform will remain. It will simply relocate to its actual position. It's been incorrect for a long time. Just haven't adjusted it. But now that we're actually getting the build underneath it, I feel compelled to move it. But yeah, we'll dig that. Then I think before deciding what I want to do here, is it still marking the height of an eventual build? Yes, it is actually. It is still at the correct height. It's just no longer in the correct position. But it's still the right height. Actually, well, and it's the base platform of the final build, actually, Ox. It's marking the bottom of the build. So it's not marking the height of the build, it's marking the floor level. The actual build will probably go to about this high. It will, like, be on par with the ground there. It'll eclipse the ground here. But it'll probably be at least this tall. Will almost reach out, which is what it's like goal is. It is to almost reach out of the ground there completely, but not quite. Which is why it's at a level where, again, it is like mildly below ground level on this side here. Very specific height to accomplish this goal. If you notice, Ox, it is precisely at the water line. Where are we on the seawalls? Still not happy with the design? No, I'm fine with the design. Well, okay, so I'm fine with the seawall design. I'm not happy with the center design. I'm also pondering the orb on how... So the one that goes on this wall is going to be easier to do because this side makes more sense, but the one over here is the one also that's going to cause some degree of problem, because how the fuck am I going to support it? It's going to take a lot more creative thinking of how the fuck a wall works on this side. But I am relatively happy with the designs themselves. Like I said, not with the center arching part. Are you going to reroute the water somehow, since it's a river and therefore implied that it flows? Oops. Let's go back here. Well, like I said, Ox, I might actually leave this section to turn it into an island. Would that work in what you're saying? Basically reshape the river to go this way. And I would leave this inlet here as kind of testament to what we did. That's going to be wall here. And like I said, cut this section here to make this actually an island and no longer a peninsula of the mainland. Oh yeah, I must not have heard you the first time. Yeah, I was talking about this earlier. When I was talking about basically the footprint of the base being done, I said that was where I talked about wanting to cut this section here to turn it into an actual island, because this is technically an island here, this is technically an island here, but I'm actually a peninsula of the mainland, and I would like to separate that off there. You want to vaguely, slightly expand the waterway here. I like that you can also see that where there's one here, there's one there, there's one there, there's one here of me building conduits to solve my water problems. I need, in theory, one here. Probably one here. And maybe one there. And we'll be, like, totally covered. Very funny. And obviously, I think I placed these two correctly. I don't recall if they actually cover up to each other. I don't remember if I thought about that when I put them down. Or I just dropped them where I was working at the time. Unclear. The beacons are actually precisely measured, but I don't know about those things. Anyway, like I said, we're going to go ahead and switch to League of Legends now. How did the... Okay. Sure. Yeah, let's go ahead and switch. Go to the desktop. And we'll click the League of Legends button. We're gonna change our category. League of Legends. And we're gonna get our game on. Oh man. Okay. Here, go to the League of Legends scene. And it's MSI right now. I'm not watching any of MSI, but actually it's live right now. Oh, because it's in South Korea this year. That's cool. I will only show up to watch Worlds. I'm not that determined to watch the rest of Pro Play this year. Wow, that was fast. Oh, what a roll. This is not looking great for a lot of us here. Oh, the new champion's here, though. How's North America doing? I actually don't know, Ox. Like I said, I haven't actually been paying attention. We're gonna grab this Chin. Go Ghost. We're gonna go Dark Harvest. Time to Kazakhstan. No, I don't think so. I could play Kazakhs. Like, I do know how to play him, but I don't think he's particularly fun. Yeah, I actually don't know how North America's doing, Ox. Like I said, I haven't been paying any attention this year. We could look at what the MSI standings are right now. But it's day 2, so there's not really going to be much. Of the standings yet. The highest rated North American team is currently, so again, they're just rated, but they're not actually enough results. But the highest American team is rated, or North American team is rated at 13th. Okay. We're gonna go here, here, that. Again, North America, the region. Not generally a very good region. Very tragic for us. We were never good in all of my time watching professional League of Legends. Hey, we got a kill though. Good for us. So my role in this game is going to be to kind of sit back and attempt to do damage. I am an AD carry, but I am what is considered a utility AD carry. So I actually have a lot of crowd control in my kit, which means that, and I don't attack incredibly fast. I actually am limited on how fast I can attack by my passive. So I'm oftentimes going to be doing some damage, but generally not in the same way that some of the other AD carries are going to. And a lot of my strength is actually that I can root people. So I can be like, okay, you are going to be stuck in this position. Yeah, root him like an Android phone. Lamau. Wow, she's a professional gamer. Yeah, Alyssa, we're gaming. Oh god, we're getting hit by that, though. Alright, anyway, we got our first item. That's pretty good back for us.
Enemy double kill. Your ally has slain an enemy.
How you doing, Alyssa? Welcome in. Oh god, we're gonna try to respawn here to help our team. Oh, that guy's going for it.
Your ally found friends. Your ally has been slain.
May this be a warning to us.
Uh-oh. Oh! I barely lived there. That was crazy. So I happened to shoot a plant thing on the map that gives me a shield right at the same time I got hit with the Draven ultimate. It would have killed me if I had not attacked a little plant thing that spawns in the middle there. Yay, we sat back, we shot our ultimate, we helped our team. That's a lot of my game plan in this game. I even got a kill, so, you know, great for me. This little plant here, though, that spawns, when you shoot it, it grants you a shield. And that is why I lived. That was so funny. Oh, I whipped. They went double flash to try to get me right there. So, incredibly funny. They got me in the end. But I got my boots and my next IA bit chunk of items, so again, still a pretty good back for me right there. We're just waiting to spawn back, go back out there and help our team. We might be able to get the tower here, actually. Got a free kill right there. That guy really misjudged how far forward he could fling himself with the catapult. He cannoned out pretty far, and it was a hilarious mistake. I don't know if we win this fight. I don't think we do. I don't think there's any moment where we beat Draven in a straight up 1v1 fight. We drop a good chunk of damage on people. Actually, I've not really been paying attention to the new champ. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if he's doing good things for us. He's doing okay. His scoreline's fine. Oh, Draven ults. Basically, I have to sit back because of LeBlanc, which is this character in the front here. I can't go closer because she's gonna absolutely murder me if I do. But once they commit in, if they don't actually, like... I got two of them. They charged into that, but I got two before they got me. So that was good. Incredibly funny. And yeah, Alex, Alyssa is here. Yippee. That was funny. I committed to my ult there, which forces me to stand still because it's a channel, but they had to run straight at me, and I managed to snipe two of them. So, ultimately worth it. Very funny. Really because this plant gives me ultimate cooldown back. Almost have my ult back again. Alright, let's go. We're getting kills. I can't believe that. So one of them, he was out of my ultimate, and then he accidentally stepped back into it, and it killed him. But he was out of the cone. He just walked back in. We're having a pretty good game this game. The team's doing well, I'm doing well. We take those. Oh, I almost rooted that guy. Rats. He ghosted, but I still... If I had hit that root, he was dead. Yeah, see, we can't win a fight straight up with that guy, but...
Your ally
Whatever.
has been slain. Your light
We're gonna go armor penetration next. Some of them are actually starting to build some armor. Lee Sin has armor. No, where is he? Lee Sin's building armor. None of the rest, but we want to be ahead of the curve. Have you tried winning a fight, Gaven? I'm working on it, Ox. Here, Maokai's gonna run forward. We're gonna look for an ult. Basically here. Just need to make sure that they don't disengage far enough. Basically, once they get this far, though, the problem is they can't actually disengage farther. This is where their base is. So on the next minion wave, we might ult here just to start the fight. So we'll have a super minion coming in. We just basically wanted them to commit to the fight.
enemies unstoppable.
Yeah, we did it. We got through by the skin of our teeth with good teamwork. But we did it.
You wrecked that turret. Ace. We'll see if they learn their lesson. Victory!
Let's go! Victory! This is a pretty quick and easy game. We'll honor all of my teammates. I think they did a great job. Victory! Ooh, look, we got an S, Ox. Really exciting for us. I got a 19 kills, 4 deaths, 21 is this. I got 1 honor. How do you so often have enough to honor all of your teammates? It's because you miss a lot of games where I don't honor any of my teammates, actually. A lot of the games we play on stream, there are a lot of decent ones where I will honor everyone, but I play a fair amount off stream and it's a fiasco sometimes, and so I'll just build up a bunch of honor. I usually only try to spend 1 or 2 each game so that I'm building up more than I'm spending usually. I think if you do 2 every game is when you won't build up more. You do 1, you will slowly build them up, but there are games where I just don't give any, because I'm like, all right, that was a clown fiesta. None of you. I didn't enjoy playing with any of you. But here, my team did a great job of being frontline, fighting, and all that stuff. I cleaned up on the kills here. I did pretty decent damage, but I don't think I really carried that game. I think I played well. But like a 19-4 and 21 scoreline really implies you carried, but my damage doesn't imply that I carried. I did pretty much average. I did less than the Yi did. I think my character is just so good at finishing off kills that I got a lot of kills. But yeah, fun game. I guess I will ask Ox, do you think I should play another one, or do you think we should just call it there? How you feeling? How is the time in Canada? Maybe one more? Ooh, another box. Let's do our loot really quick. I know I have some loot. All right, champion capsule. Come on. Oh, no, we can't really get anything good out of this. Get some shards, essence. All right, but boxes. Let's go, boxes. Ox, do you think we should do 3 at once or 1 at a time? Thoughts and feelings. 3 at once. So we got a Graves Shard, a High Noon Ergot, a 2018 Conqueror Award, and 150 Orange Essence. Kind of unfortunate, but we gotta slowly build up our essence again for the next time the blue essence store comes back. We're 260 again. Oh, that was weird. Did you I saw a purple box temporarily flash over the find match button? That was interesting. Huh. Alright, should we do a regular ARAM? Eve has so much blue essence, it's not really essence anymore, it's just blue. Yep. Big pile of blue stuff. Let's do a Mayhem, because I'm trying to complete this dumb other track. This is where I don't honor my teammates a lot, Ox. I think Mayhem is a shit show most of the time. It is an unfun game mode where miserable things happen a lot. But I'm trying to complete this dumb progress track on it. These games turn into a clown show. What are we trying to complete? So they put a little, there's, you know, the battle pass type thing. There's a second one that's specifically just for Mayhem that gives some different stuff. So I'm trying to complete it just cause, but it really is truly a shit show. Our comp's not bad here. We're gonna stay on Tristana though. We will be the small furry. Oh, somebody opened Vex up, but we have like a ton of magic damage. We need physical on this team. So again, I'm gonna stay on Tristana. Try to switch to Ghost. I don't know if I got that change in before the game went through. I heard it go off, but it didn't actually go off. This is a pretty rough comp. It's gonna be weird. Oh, this one actually plays as champ. This one plays their champ too. I don't play a lot of this champ. This one really, ooh, what are you, actually? Oh, of course it's a Shaco. Of course the Shaco is truly like a Shaco main. Levels of Shaco playing. Why wouldn't they be? Well, maybe the Shaco's gonna carry us, because that's actually like a main. That's so much mastery on your champion. Ooh, another Eve on the team. I guess we do have Evangelion 0, if we're counting that. In fact, counting it. Okay. Yeah. Let's see if we can't win this game. See, we can't start this game. At least we know it's loading still. Alright, we don't want that. We don't really want that. We're considering these two, or these all, because these are all pretty good. Try re-rolling that. We're gonna take Soul Siphon. We're gonna go for this. Alright, let's get out there. So anyway, it's time to start blasting. Now's the part where we are all polite to each other, briefly.
You're a learning opportunity. Bring on the bad guys.
Kind of my favorite vibe of ARAM games, when everybody at the beginning is just like, what if we just stand around and look at each other, because it's funny. Get us out of here! Oh god, initiate stop dodging. I can't believe we got out of that. Barely.
Triple kill. Shut down.
Thank you, Ornn. I appreciate it. Oh, I can't believe that connected. Couldn't quite get there. Alright, grab that. Grab boots. We've done a little bit of healing with this. We need more crit and more damage for that to be good. It's a scaling augment. So we may be indeed scaling Ox. Oh, it didn't. I have Snowball instead of Ghost. Ghost makes it so that I can run really fast if I want to.
Has been slain.
Yeah, Ghost gives me movement speed. Snowball lets me, like, teleport to someone sometimes. Oh god, I'm dead. Oh god, we're dodging. I lived. I thought they had me that time, Ox, but... Oh, that guy might die. We just keep ever so slightly getting away with it.
An enemy has been slain.
Oh god, we're dead that time, but we wanted to go back, so
Shut down.
we want something that gives attack speed, but we will take this thing. And we'll start working on that Infinity Edge. After this, we practically don't even need to buy crit anymore, because we'll have so much of it. Which is quite fun for us. Ooh. okay. Wasn't the worst.
Slain.
Not the best, but we're getting there. Again, we're scaling. Both of our augments now are scaling augments.
Gotta get back
So
up.
we'll get strong eventually. Hopefully we can get some with better power now, but remains to be seen.
Let's get this party started. Where's the helmet?
Ally has been slain. Enemy double kill.
Throw another rope.
Shut down. Enemy double kill.
That kind of sucked. I don't know if I can defend this.
Has been destroyed.
Okay, we got that. Once we get this, our second augment becomes useful.
Kill.
But until then, we kind of suck still. We'll be pretty close on spawn. Okay. We'll reroll that. We'll reroll that. It's like so. Oh, we'll do that. And now we got it. Alright, so we're starting to come online. Our augments are working now. We have 3, so we have full critical strike. Which now means that I 100% critical strike.
I've seen babies fight better than you.
We just need our boots now. We need to be faster.
Triple kill.
We're really struggling with our speed, and that's because we had to go for these items in this order. We actually have too much crit. That was a good hit on that guy's part.
A bandle gunner never turns blue. Unless it's Katana.
Ooh, we got obliterated there. Oh, we got our boots, though. Now we can go for attack speed. We don't need to build crit anymore because we have full crit. So we can actually build this magic resistance attack speed item. Will help us here.
Killing spree.
But we just already have 100% crit.
Enemy double kill. Enemy has been slain.
Is there just the percentage chance of landing a critical hit? Yeah, there is. So if you notice my item here, Ox, it'll say 25% critical strike chance. But the problem is 3 of my augments also say 25% critical strike chance.
Bring on the bad guys.
So I have 125 right now. I only need 100. As you might imagine. Oh god, we're barely escaping again.
An ally has been slain.
Gotta get back out there.
Yeah, no, so they add though. Crit chance is cumulative, so but yeah, like I said, we're just getting blasted by this magic damage here though. I do really good damage, but I don't survive anything. Very, very Shaco of this guy to not be really helping us here.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Never good to run from your problems. I dare get it. Nothing like it.
Yeah, I maul pretty much any of them independently.
You have slain an enemy. An ally has been slain.
Gash is out here somewhere.
Get in my way.
Wait, I thought it sounded wrong. I did the math. Okay.
You don't hurt him if you don't hit him.
See, I maul, like I said, I maul any individual member of this team. Well, we just gotta go critical rhythm. We have too much crit, but all we can do.
Enemy has been slain.
Yeah, like, I do want to fight these guys here, because... Oops. We're starting to get really nasty now.
Ally has been slain.
About the space for my team right there. I need these minions though.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Mark where they die.
An ally has been slain.
Did a lot of damage there, but you slain the enemy. Oops.
Sacrifice for the cause.
An enemy has been slain.
Oh, see the amount of magic damage though. We're gonna go for a Ruined King here. So that'll let me shoot through this guy and this guy a lot faster. What we want.
Gotta get back out there. Super.
Oh, I've been hit.
I just need a photo like that.
An
All right.
enemy has been slain.
Got my Ruined King. I might sell this for another item because I don't actually need this crit that it provides. Probably sell it for Rage Blade.
An ally has been slain.
You have a separate slot for different types of items, or you can just build any six. You can build any six.
An enemy has been
What does this
slain.
thing sell for? Sells for
An ally has
21.
been slain.
Sells for basically what I need here. Oh yeah, we're gonna go Rage Blade now. This will actually let us attack way faster.
An enemy has been slain. An
Do
ally
really
has
good
been
here.
slain.
This will again, we 100% crit.
An ally has been slain.
Our teammate just wanted to die there.
Enemy has been slain.
Now I should just like Herbo shred this the Thorn.
Let me get in there.
I should be able to kill this guy so quickly.
Wanna see the fireworks?
Also that Urgot. I hope they really don't expect just quite how much damage I'll do here.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
I almost killed that guy before he killed me. I wonder if there's a better... I might could go here, because I have 100% crit just from my stuff. Let's... Can we... No. It'd have to be... I don't know what we could do here.
Enemy rampage.
I ideally want this Ornn to try to walk into me. But unfortunately, most of my team was mostly dead by that stage. I don't think Shaco gets out there and he does it. Close, but not quite. Ugh. Yeah, see, this is a game where I don't really know who I want to honor the Mel. I don't really want to honor most of my teammates here, though, because it's like, get the damage spread. I did so much more. I felt like I was struggling most of that game, and I did significantly more damage than my teammates did. So it's just like, come on, team, please. I beg. But anyway, Ox, I'm trying to complete this Mayhem set track. As they do in some of the tiers, just unlock things. A lot of it is stuff, like a lot of it's actual Mayhem stuff, but I want this title. This is actually the thing I want from this track. Yeah, the drop Ibarra. He's squashing the Poros. But I want Agent of Chaos. This is what I'm trying to get to. So I have to actually complete this track because it's rank 29. I guess I don't have to actually complete it. Yeah, it would be in the spot where I could put it instead of Maven of the Strings. I just really want it as an option. I don't know that I'm going to switch from Maven of the Strings, but Agent of Chaos is actually my my custom Discord role in Acorn's Discord. I just really want to get it. That's pretty much what's happening there. But I have to suffer through playing Mayhem. And it's, I gotta say, it's not fun. Do you not enjoy this mode? Because, like, I think the thing that people like about Mayhem is the, like, unpredictability, and, like, sometimes you really pop off and you just, like, get everything perfect and you do a bajillion damage, but I don't like that it's so gambly that you can't like optimally play. In ARAM, even though you are getting a random champion, you can optimally play your random champion. And there's no way to do that in Mayhem because sometimes you just so like drastically low roll your augments that like you can't do anything. You lose the game. Not by anything you did, but simply because you low rolled your augments and you never had a chance. And I hate that. I think it makes it a frankly terrible mode. that sometimes you can just lose by doing nothing wrong. All right. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and call it here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. It was a great time. We got a lot of work done. We played at least one good game of the League of Legends. I think today we'll go ahead and just end. So, like I said, thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. I'm happy that anybody shows up for me to stream here. And so, thank you all. Thank you again, Ox, for the 5 gifted subs. I will see you all back here on Wednesday. We will either be working on continuing the project we're working on in Minecraft, or we might do a little variety again. Like, it could just be fun. Do a variety day. So we'll see what we end up doing. But yeah, so have a good night, everybody. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Goodbye.